Hello, fighters, survivors, and thrivers. Welcome to the Cancer Show. Elizabeth Kübler-Ross was a Swiss-American psychiatrist who first revealed the 5 stages of grief in her book titled On Death and Dying, which was published in 1969. Her work was based on the grief process of patients who had been diagnosed with terminal illness. A cancer diagnosis often ignites a similar reaction which causes the newly diagnosed to go through these 5 stages. I want to share these 5 stages with you because most everyone goes through at least one or all of them at some point throughout their cancer journey. This is a natural process which helps you work out and organize the chaos you may be experiencing in your mind. Please join me as we go through the 5 stages of a cancer diagnosis. Stage number 1, denial. When you first hear those 3 devastating words, "you have cancer," your physical reaction may include the following. Your heart rate increases, you start sweating, you have manic thoughts, you can't hear anything, you feel numb, weak, nauseous, and at the same time your defense mechanism kicks in, which is a natural reaction to learning about something you do not want to be true. So what do? Deny, deny, deny. I don't have cancer. There's no way I have cancer. Then you support it with statements like, I eat right. I exercise 5 days a week. I take good care of myself. They must be wrong. There's been a mistake. This cannot be real. I'm too healthy to have cancer. These reactions are just an example, of course, but somewhere in all of that, you will most likely find stage 1, denial. Stage number 2, anger. This is the stage where you blame others, blame yourself, and wonder, why me? Blaming others. Here are some blame reasons I have heard along the way as a cancer coach. My boss causes me so much stress. Now I have cancer. My partner makes my life miserable and made me get cancer. My grandmother, grandfather, mother, father, aunt, uncle, etc., pass it down to me, and it's because of them I have cancer. My. The list could go on and on. Now, I completely agree that stress causes illness, and yes, it is true, cancer can be, and in many cases is hereditary. But they did not personally give it to you. Cancer is not a cold, it is not a virus, it is not the flu. It is a non-transmittable disease. So really, there's nobody to blame. Nobody. Blaming yourself. I should have joined a gym. I should have stopped eating all that junk food. I should have stopped drinking so much. I should have stopped smoking. I should have gone to the doctor for my yearly checkups. I should have not done that. I should have not said that. I should. Please give yourself a break and stop shooting all over yourself. People get cancer for some known reasons, and some get cancer for unknown reasons. Cancer is unpredictable in many cases. You are not being punished for what you have done. You do not deserve to get cancer. It's not because you have sinned. It's not because you made poor choices or because you are a bad person. Some people say it's karma, but honestly, I really don't think karma works like that. Because so many innocent, healthy, decent, helpless people get cancer. Blaming yourself will not help you get better in any way. So stop the blame game and start taking care of yourself. Why me? Why you? Well, why not you? Are you superhuman? An android? A space alien? Cancer does not care about anything. It does not care about age, sex, race, profession, or financial status. Cancer does not discriminate. No one is exempt. It is an equal opportunity disease, and although you may take precautions to prevent cancer, there is unfortunately no guarantee. So the next time you're throwing yourself a little why me pity party, which I completely understand, I would like you to think about the following people who have also had cancer, and hopefully you will see things differently. Let's start with someone everyone knows. This man was super healthy, beyond brilliant, and changed the world with his vision, Steve Jobs. Then there's the man who gave us the happiest place on earth, Walt Disney. Then there's the creatives, politicians, musical artists, athletes, and so many more. Here are just a few cancer fighters to reflect on. Farrah Fawcett, Patrick Swayze, David Bowie, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Luciano Pavarotti, Bob Marley, Michael Crichton, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, Ronald Reagan, John McCain, Babe Ruth, Joe Paterno, Chris Duncan, Lance Armstrong, Olivia Newton-John, Sharon Osbourne, Hugh Jackman, Sheryl Crow, Robin Roberts, and the list, sadly, tragically, goes on and on. And then there's the babies, the children, and the teens. What about them? See, if you have been diagnosed with cancer, you are among the best and the brightest. So the next time you ask yourself, why me? Answer with, why not me? And then throw yourself a great big pity party. I'm all about that. But you only get to have one big pity party. Just one. And then wipe your tears, blow your nose, stop feeling sorry for yourself, and get to work. We don't call it a cancer battle for nothing. Stage 3, bargaining. True story. I have a friend of mine named Lisa, and she's an atheist. One evening she was having dinner in a restaurant with her family, and her daughter started choking on a piece of meat. The situation escalated, and her daughter started to turn blue. Lisa, naturally, was hysterical and started begging and bargaining with God to save her daughter. She profusely apologized to God for her lack of faith and vowed to honor him if only he would save her daughter. Well, thank God, her daughter did not choke to death. She recovered from the terrifying incident, and my friend, regardless of all her pleading and promises, is still an atheist. When we are backed up into a corner, it is not uncommon to make a deal with the universe, God, or even the devil. And this is no different when facing a cancer diagnosis. If you do this for me, I will do that for you, and you can decide the terms. Bargaining is simply a desperate attempt to get out of a hopeless situation with the willingness to do anything to make what appears to be an impossible situation possible. Stage number 4, depression. Realizing that your cancer diagnosis is not going away, you may find yourself in a downward spiral, leading to feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and in some cases, depression. The seriousness of your situation and the fearful outcome can be beyond daunting. You have no idea how this will end, and the unknown is one of the most terrifying places to live within yourself. My thought process was trained to believe that I was in control of everything, that I was in charge of my destiny, and that I could make any dream come true with hard work if I really wanted it. After being diagnosed for the first time in my life, I realized that in this situation, none of that was true. Actually, I had no control or confirmation that this journey would lead to a happy ending. That is powerful. This is a tough stage, and you may want to meet with a counselor, join a private group online or in person, work one-on-one with a cancer coach, or maybe you just need some time alone. In my case, my children were 6 and 4 when I was diagnosed, so I had the wonderful distraction of focusing on them, which did not leave me much time to feel depressed. But fear was definitely present. I did not want to die. Nobody wants to die. So I acknowledged my fear, pushed forward, and did everything in my power to ensure a happy ending. Depression, sadness, and feelings of hopelessness is a necessary stage, and holding those feelings inside, allowing them to fester, will not serve you. Acknowledge how you feel, seek professional help if needed, and work through the process, which will allow you to move forward into a place of optimism. Stage number 5, acceptance. This is the best stage. This is the stage where you reach deep inside yourself, recognize that you do have cancer, that is going to take effort on your part to heal, that this is your new normal, and you are willing to do the work. After my second chemotherapy treatment, I was so ill. I called my oncologist, listed my many side effects, and was told that this was normal. But my side effects got worse, so I called again, and my oncologist said to come into the office. At this point, I was in excruciating pain, and so the doctor set up an appointment with the gastroenterologist the next day. Well, 2 hours later, I was taken to the ER and admitted into the hospital. I was diagnosed with typhlitis, which generally occurs when the intestine is damaged. This is usually a side effect of chemotherapy, and when there is intestinal damage, in addition to a weakened immune system, the patient is vulnerable to serious infections, which can even be fatal. Wow. At this point, I was beat down and terrified. I proclaimed that I would not be continuing with chemotherapy treatments, which was not a smart idea. Then God sent me an angel of wisdom to help with the situation. Karen is a good friend of mine who came to visit me, and as I explained what had happened, she listened intently, paused for a moment after my monologue, and said, "Allyson, you need to submit to the process." It was in that moment that everything changed. Moving forward, I switched to a new oncologist, embraced chemotherapy, and accepted my new normal. Let's recap the 5 stages of a cancer diagnosis. Number 1, denial. Number 2, anger. Number 3, bargaining. Number 4, depression. Number 5, acceptance. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and support my channel so that I can share more information, inspiration, and insight with all of you. Also, please like, share, and comment below. Your stories regarding these 5 stages are so valuable in supporting fellow fighters, survivors, and thrivers. I am healthy, I am happy, I am whole.